the Earbuster.
Constantly, your weekly ADD theater and pop culture extravaganza. I'm your host, Bamba. With me, as always, is...
Samurai.
Ooh, nice. And?
Backwater.
Pretty.
And we're
Good
throwing back
job.
to the 90s.
Where'd you learn
there
your
for a little
moves?
voguing.
I learned them on the streets.
What streets?
Streets
of New Brighton.
Mississippi.
West
And
side.
Silver Lake.
Wait,
Word.
east side. East side miss.
That'd be north.
You east side miss?
I am East Side Miss.
West side miss.
I have no idea what just happened, so.
You're east side miss.
I'm east side miss.
Mississippi River. You're east of the Mississippi.
I was all of a sudden hungry for hot chocolate because it sounded like Swiss Miss, so.
Ooh.
Haven't
Man,
had
you
that
used to
in a
dance
while.
under.
With marshmallows. So,
never
what
think of
about-
those.
With your,
I haven't seen you
with your
guys for
partner
like
marshmallows.
6 months now?
What?
Has it been that long? We've been on break forever, it seems like.
I don't know. We were together last month.
I was
Or
gonna
just
say.
last week, wasn't it?
I
See what we did there? What,
I don't know when these things air, so I can't even
I-
pretend to be.
nobody knows. Nobody cares. It's like, you're not supposed to laugh with
They
them.
laughed.
Oh.
It was funny.
Okay.
They're funnier
so,
than we are.
Yeah, you guys should just come up here and take
Maybe
over.
we should turn the camera on them.
them.
Actually, have we made reference to the fact that there are actually people sitting
We
there?
have a
There
studio
are.
audience tonight. Can we get a camera on all of them? The camera people love when I do that to them. So, look at, I mean, it's
You guys have really
unfortunate
great
that
backs and heads.
we can't get the
Yeah.
cameras to go back far enough to capture everyone.
Sounds dirty.
But, so all of you up there in the loft, thank you. Yeah, we see you. You'll all be getting season 1 on DVD of Off Constantly.
Burned copy, of course.
Burn copy, yeah. It's so funny.
Just like the idea that we're doing a public access show and then we're going to burn it to a DVD.
Season 1, burned
When you
copy.
can simply-
Could we be any more? The only way it could be any more archaic is we were doing like we're in a penny arcade with one of those machine crank
the flipping
machines.
things,
Yeah.
Or if we just,
A pedal-driven episode.
instead of actually giving them a burnt DVD, we could have just given them a business card with the YouTube address on there,
There you go.
and that would have been even cheaper. So,
I would actually give them a DVD that I put cigarettes out on. So it's, I mean, kind of the same thing as a burnt
You
DVD.
put your cigarettes out on a DVD. You don't even smoke
That would mean
cigarettes.
that I smoke, which doesn't happen. So
So you're full of it.
he doesn't smoke unless he's at a bar with someone who happens to be smoking.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
you know, I
Oh, this
always
is-
see the people, you know, with their e-cigs,
Yeah?
and you're just like, what's in there? Because I know there can be different types of things in there.
Oh, like what, Sam?
Well, you can get hash oil. You can get hookah oil. You can get,
is
Black
hookah
tar
oil
oil?
a thing?
I don't know. Yeah.
No,
It
a
is.
hookah is a type of pipe. So what they do is they melt
it?
down a hookah
Okay.
into an oil.
A shisha oil.
That
There
I've
are
never
there are
even heard of.
younger
Hookah-
under 18 people in the audience.
it's all
Oh
right.
wait, we have one here.
Hookah stick.
Hookah
See?
stank.
Is this just hookah? No, I can't do that.
I'm not gonna do.
None of us. None
I
of
mean,
us
I
are
would
willing because
love
I would be incapable.
It-
I can't do nicotine.
but you can do black tar heroin.
I only do that on the weekends.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay, so what is it about these?
You got to try it.
I
You are the host.
no
You got to be the hostess with the mostest.
no I'm scared.
Exactly.
So
you see these things
what-
and you're like, what is
It
in
looks
there?
awesome.
Am I going to get second, you know,
Does it not look
secondhand smoke
awesome?
from this?
no, it's just steam,
How
right?
do you know? How do you know? They don't know yet. There's not enough research.
It's just nicotine and vapor.
Do you have a flavor?
What flavor is it? Pomegranate. I mean, it's healthy even.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why.
so
it's
you're
nicotine.
wondering what's
Bones.
in these things.
Well, yeah, you see people that are like doing it on the road. You're like,
There,
are you?
there's
is this
nicotine
legal?
in them. I don't think it's as exciting as you think.
I mean, I've done a hookah stick.
I don't-
You can buy like hookah sticks. They're
don't-
not like These are reusable. You can buy like non-reusable hookah sticks, which I've bought.
So why will you do a hookah stick, but you won't do this?
Because I don't do. I
All
don't
the cool
smoke
kids
cigarettes.
are doing this.
I
Okay.
still.
What do you think a hookah stick
Fine.
is?
You press the button.
You're so dead.
I know.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So there's
Somebody
our
has to
public
drive me
service
home.
announcement. Kids, don't do that at home.
I know it
So,
was kind of fun, guys, and it tasted good.
all right. So
Only when you're 18.
now that was purely for research because you want to know what was in it. Now we know. We can move on.
I feel like it makes smoking cigarettes, smoking nicotine, a lot more interesting. And perhaps dangerous.
It's not. Not
Are
interesting
there all the chemicals
at
of
all.
nicotine?
Not interesting even a little
Is there
bit.
the chemicals of, like cigarettes and nicotine? Do you know?
Not as bad.
Not as bad? Well, that's good.
It doesn't have all the.
I'm just saying there's a lot unknown.
Carcinogens.
I feel like we wasted a lot of time on e-cigarettes.
Off
It's
constantly.
not
Let's
even
save
our-
that for Dave. Obviously, this is important to Sam, so let's get that on another show.
We want
okay?
a full episode devoted to e-cigs, and we're each going to
Full-
try a different
You each have to-
brand.
And then
You each have to
we'll have a
take
hookah
down
stick.
We're
the
gonna
vapor of one
interview
e-cig.
somebody who works at the store. We're going to each pick our favorite flavor.
We'll all be like passed out on the
I'm already
stage. It's
feeling like
We're going to have.
weird.
yes, a full-blown addiction episode.
We're gonna have an e-cig smoking contest to see who can go through one of the cartridges or the oil
and
the
then after that,
fastest.
we'll have some syringes, and then powdered things,
then what?
and then we'll just see who's live at the end.
And we'll just party.
And
we'll
whoever
just
wins
live.
gets that mug.
Just be alive.
Huh?
Last time I looked in this, okay, they're cleaner now.
Yeah, what were we doing? We were throwing
Last
mints in them the last time.
Speaking of mints, where did my mints go? We were
No mints today.
Okay, what? Did you take them away?
So, topic
'Kay.
one.
Topic one. Bill
Yeah.
Murray. Bill effing Murray.
Camera one?
Did you see?
Camera one.
Zombie
St.
Land?
Vincent? I did see the Zombieland.
Remember the cameo?
I do remember the cameo.
It was the greatest thing ever shown.
Of what?
Have we discussed
Zombieland?
Have we discussed this before on this show? I feel like we did because
Yeah,
I want
I
to say
wonder, you
Patrick,
guys talking about it
because
we haven't seen
originally
before.
Patrick Swayze was going to be that cameo.
I did not know that, so I don't believe we have talked about this.
Yes, but he got too sick, and so he couldn't do it.
So
Think he had
Bill
a
effing
cancerous
Murray did it.
vicious.
So Bill Effin Murray did it, and he did it admirably.
Admirably.
Ah!
That's why she
So-
gets the most money out of all three of us. Something I'm kind
So
of
we
bitter
want the
about
laughs,
still.
guys.
Without doing any research,
Okay.
what do we know about Bill Murray?
He
Part
has
owner of the Saints.
That was easy one.
Number one.
Whoa, that sucked.
avid golfer.
Good.
4 brothers, I believe.
Oh, that's. Can we have the booth verify that?
One of them was in Caddyshack as the.
How do you know all this stuff?
That's my thing, man. His name is Brian
We
Doyle
lost Sam.
Murray.
She's comatose.
Brian Doyle Murray.
I was reading the back of
He's
this.
from. He's the in Caddyshack. He is the guy who runs the Caddyshack. It's not a big part.
He has had a receding hairline for 25 years.
35 years.
35?
Yep.
That gives hope for all of those with receding hairlines, I would say.
I know. I hold on to that every
I
single
know,
day.
I mean, like,
What else? Is there?
Dated Gilda Radner.
He did?
Yes.
who's Gilda?
Well, Gilda's no longer with us.
Yes.
Who was she?
Rest her soul.
She was part of the original cast of Saturday Night Live.
Was she the nerdy one with the glasses?
She was Rosanna Dana.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let's see. The nerdy
Roseanne,
one. There was
Roseanne,
Lorraine Newman, her.
I think it was
and,
Lorraine Newman.
And Jane Curtin.
Feel the energy's definitely dying here.
Yeah, sorry.
So-
Yeah, I'm bringing a
Let
bold
Murray
SNL
minutia.
character.
Since 1970.
He gets a
What
dirt-
has he done since 1978?
Dave gets a dirt minute. How about I get a Bill Murray
History minute.
You want a Bill Murray minute every episode?
Nah, I don't think we need.
I don't
that.
know, folks at home, audience. Bill Murray episode, or
write
Bill
in.
Murray minute. Half the audience likes it, the other half's asleep. So I can't believe it took
Okay,
that long.
what are we talking about? Let's go. Steer the ship.
You were
Bill
the one
Murray.
talking.
I know, and I'm letting him talk now because
Oh,
I was
thank you for letting me
going down
talk.
the minutia rabbit
All right,
hole.
let's take some questions from the audience. This one's
Yeah.
from.
You guys, it is Groundhog Day today.
Oh, that's
Oh.
why we're talking.
I see what he's doing there, but we're going to skip that and come back to it because Bill Murray was in Groundhog's Day. Just let
That
me
was him?
tell you what. Tell Dave, let me host
never
the show.
seen it.
Let him direct,
I
okay?
can't believe you've never
So
seen that.
you just pick what camera we're
It
on.
used to
I'll
be on
take care of the
TV all the
rest.
time.
So let's go to the Bill Murray questions.
Okay.
What was your first Bill Murray movie?
Ooh.
It had to have been Ghostbusters, I think, because anything
think
else he
so,
would have
too.
done. I mean, Stripes, I was too young.
I
Stripes
think
was my-
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters? Stripes was my first one. And I remember I saw it with my parents and it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Isn't he like a drunk? When is he like really drunk in a movie? You guys can think of that one?
I don't know that he's been drunk in a movie. I think you're thinking of.
I think I'm
Whoa.
thinking of Charlie's Angels.
Oh, well, he wasn't drunk. He just.
He
played
seemed kind of drunk.
Yeah, that's just him. So.
Yeah. So that movie maybe.
Okay, so we killed that subject. Anybody remember the last Bill Murray movie they saw? Did anybody see that one that just came out?
St. Vincent. No,
St.
I heard it was
Vincent.
really good.
Didn't
I
you see
wanted
it?
to go see it.
Anybody out there? Anybody? No. St. Vincent. Must have been a huge hit. Everybody saw it. So.
Well, these two couldn't go see it because their taskmasters at Target wouldn't let them go because
No.
they had made them work.
Or maybe they're
No.
not 18.
But we got a little insights. Why? 18 to go to a movie? It wasn't.
Maybe it was.
There's literally not a movie out there you have to be 18 to see.
Rated R?
17.
See, the thing is the girl from the Winger
Been a
song
while.
could go to
It's
that
weird
movie
that it's
here.
17. Let's be real.
Why is that weird?
Nothing else is.
It's
You know, you can smoke at 18, but rated R movies, 17 is fine.
yeah. 16 you can drive, 17 you can see rated R movies, 18 the world opens up.
What about
That
19?
way, it gives something for those 17-year-olds. They go to the rated R movie, and then they see those kids, those 18-year-olds,
Smoking them
heaters
e-cigarettes.
outside in front of the theater, and they're like, "Oh
Man, I
God,
wonder
one
what's in
more
it."
year, and I can be with those kids."
What
They're
is in those
yeah, I know you.
e-cigarettes?
Can I borrow one? That's what they say.
They say what?
Hey, I know you. You're 18. You can smoke cigs.
Okay. Does anybody else think she looks like the Grim Reaper right now? She's got
This
the
is
Right
what the
now.
guys
Got the hair-
wanted was the sneaky hood.
Hey, want you? Because your finger like did the Grim Reaper thing. It wasn't like, you know, it was more.
It wasn't like,
I got kind of a really heavy booger on the end. It's really heavy. Elliot. Okay. Okay.
I
Oh,
probably.
wait.
I
Who's
might
got
li-
longer fingernails here?
Probably me right now.
It's creepy.
I'm pretty good.
That's more Grim Reaper than
I have
me.
I have a manicure appointment on Wednesday.
Oh, thank God.
I know. Bill Murray has a serious side. Lost in
heard.
translation.
The Razor's Edge.
I've heard.
That was a terrible movie. Did
I've
you see
never
it?
seen it.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. Lost in translation. That was pretty good.
I never saw
Yeah,
it.
that might have been the last Bill. I mean, that seems crazy, but I'm trying to think. He hasn't done. Well, no, Zombieland would probably be the last movie he was
Would
in.
does that count as a Bill Murray movie though?
No.
Wasn't he in that,
No, it
like,
doesn't.
This Is the End movie? Or
No.
no?
No. Way too classy for that.
I don't think so.
And he has a funny side. Almost everything else. Could Off Constantly please try a serious news format? No.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
So,
Nobody wants to watch a
one of
dumb
my
comedy.
favorite and most talked about Bill Murray movies is, of course, What Today Is.
I don't know what today is.
Well, it's the
Tuesday?
first Monday in February.
Oh, it's Monday. That's right.
College educated kids. Oh, is it always February 2nd or is it? Okay, I thought it was the first Monday.
It is February 2nd today. Is it the first Monday
I don't
of February?
understand. Are there 2 Februaries in a year?
There's one.
Well, why are you saying it's February 2nd? It's the first February.
Because it's the second day
Can you
in
turn
February.
your face so I can backhand you appropriately?
Oh! Whoa.
That was a little more
That got
vicious.
violent.
That was a little more
Poor
vicious
Jay,
than-
there's red marks.
No, this is
And
just
we got it on
gentle.
tape.
Fine, it's on tape.
And witnesses.
Call
Somebody call
911.
911. Domestic abuse isn't funny.
Let's see. What were we talking about?
I don't even remember. Groundhog's
wasn't
Day.
good.
I
It's
lost my
Groundhog's
memory.
Day.
Yes.
So what
So-
did the groundhog say?
It said it's going to be friggin' cold for 6 more friggin' weeks.
Yeah.
That was probably going to happen anyway.
When's the last time it said like, oh, it's gonna be warm?
I've decided next year. It's been a long time, actually.
Really?
Like, I want to know what the statistics
Is somebody
are on
like
that.
really into that?
What's the name of the groundhog?
Puxacani Phil or something.
Puxatani Phil.
That's what I said. But next year,
Interesting.
let's take a 22 with a long scope rifle, or a 22 long scope rifle, hide in a tree, and take that little effer out as he pops his head out. That way he will never see his...
I seem to remember that last year there was somebody, like a political figure, that was holding him and dropped him, and I think he died. Does anyone?
What?
Urban legend.
No, and then the guy ate him raw.
Really, I heard a
Blood
woman.
everywhere.
I heard a woman like milked it back to health after it was down.
Okay.
Norman Revis shot him out of his crossfire. I'm just not, why are we talking about Groundhog Day?
Because today is Groundhog Day.
Okay, that's a good reason. What happens when Bomba sees his shadow?
Raw Kool-Aid.
What? Kool-Aid?
If that was a weird, like, reference to him being the Kool-Aid man, and that is,
Whoa.
I mean, it would have been better if it would have been, oh yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I was vicious.
That was kind of a bee. This morning, she's on a new vitamin regimen. She accidentally took extra 3 doses of vitamin B. So.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So apparently, when I see my shadow, Kool-Aid, whatever.
Oh.
Oh yeah. What animal
I
would?
think it's pretty funny.
Apparently, everybody else does too.
I know.
That's the biggest laugh we've ever had, like in the history of ever. What animal would sensible Minnesotans pick to do a shadow test? None. I don't think-
Okay. No.
Shadow test for what?
Exactly.
Kool-Aid man?
No, I would think like
Like what would a shadow? What would
a
your
loon.
A gopher.
for? So if a gopher sees a shadow,
I guess loons probably don't really see their shadow because they're on
If
the
a
water.
gopher sees his
And the
shadow
kind of
any day
migrate.
during the year,
Yeah.
then the Vikings will not make the playoffs,
Yeah, we
or
should
will
do a gopher.
will not win the Super Bowl.
Gopher.
We're almost there.
Okay.
We're almost there. So. let's-
A gopher. I would agree with a gopher. I'm really trying to say that without
They
a
are the
Minnesota
Gophers,
accent, but
Steve.
it's hard.
Gopher?
Try and say it. A gopher.
A gopher.
A gopher. Gopher. Golf.
It'd have to be a pretty big gopher, though. I mean,
Okay.
Have you ever seen like? They're not very big.
Honestly, I've never seen a real life gopher. I saw a real life badger once and I got really scared.
Where? Yeah, that's interesting. Where do you see a real life badger?
Yes.
Hiking in the woods behind my home.
Hiking in the woods. Did it have a walking
Behind
stick
your
in the
home?
woods?
Well, like, I grew up with the woods in my backyard, so we used to just go hike back there.
Oh, you were hiking, not the badger.
Well, the badger might have been hiking. I saw him while I was hiking.
And what'd you do?
I was up in a tree.
How do you know it was
so-
a badger?
Okay, I was like, Mom, I
You
saw
were-
an animal.
you
And
were
she goes, what did
hiking
it
in a
look like? And I
tree.
explained it. And she goes, that was a badger. And then I looked at a picture and I was like, yeah, saw a
Was
badger.
it a honey badger?
Funny thing, I
Let's
don't
ju-
think so.
Let's just say everybody should turn off the show now and just watch that video like 7 times in a row.
I should have turned it off like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, this isn't exactly our finest achievement, is it?
No, I feel like we came in a little cold.
Oh, yeah.
I think finding the egg was a little bit time consuming.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that.
Kind of like what?
It's like Easter.
Oh, I thought Kevin was saying something. So we're about ready for the Super Bowl recap, but first
Are we?
we have to do a soil minute from our W.
He's not even in the room.
What were you doing today? GIS? What? What does that mean?
Geographic Information Systems.
It's a mapping
Making maps.
software.
Making maps, adding points, putting on a key, adding a legend, putting on a North Arrow.
She's like a regular cartographer.
Wannabe. Nobody does that this day. They just look at Google Earth.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm like, why are you GISing?
I've been Googling Earth all day long.
Well.
Oh, yeah.
Say you want to graph the U.S. banks in the North Metro,
Okay. You can Google Earth it though.
Why would you graph them?
but you can't make a PDF out of that, really.
I could,
You could screenshot it,
right.
Yeah.
Or write the address.
but you want to have
down.
legend key.
I don't see value in GISing. Do you guys see anything? I think
If
it's
I
a
had
waste
a knife,
I think it's a wa-
I'd put use to it.
I think it's a waste of taxpayer money. So if you didn't GIS, you wouldn't have a job?
Oh, I just was,
You do other things, right?
Well, I was GISing what I do for my job. Oh.
You were
here-
guessing?
No, I. Well, folks.
Okay, on that note, W, save us here.
Bamba, I am D.W. Bauer. I'm a former GIS specialist. And I just got to say that the internet is also made by GIS mappers who make that stuff more easily available. So GIS is still valuable because that's what you use on Google Earth.
What's
But
the
I'm going to talk
specialist?
to you about what happens when the groundhogs dig in the soil. Ooh. Yeah. So
I'm glad you were sitting down before you said that.
Yeah,
is
but we're
so-
sitting on
It's
soil
an
that is on
important-
rocky ground because of those groundhogs.
And I wasn't sitting on soil 2
it's an
seconds
important
ago.
part of the soil biology. It's an important part of the soil biology when you get animals. The most frequent one is probably the earthworms. They're always constantly moving stuff from the surface into the soil. It mixes, and that helps loosen and enrich our soil. Oh, I see by the satellite feed that someone has a question.
Are earthworms native?
Yes, it depends on what part of the world you are in, though. There are earthworms native to Europe, of course. There are invasive species that have overrun North America. And most woodland soils in Minnesota are a little bit heavier now because of a European earthworm and night crawlers have eaten some of the fluff and made it a little bit more dense.
Follow-up question.
Yes, Bamba.
Do earthworms eat humans?
Those really big worms in the movie Dune, I'm pretty sure they would eat humans.
Follow-up to the follow-up.
Backwater.
I have a two-part question. Part one.
Never
is-
call them backwater.
Is tremors, are the things in tremors real? Part two of the question. Could we GIS where all the earthworms are and then kill them and get them out of our soil for making it so heavy? Jerks.
I think that Tremors was filmed in, where was it, Arizona maybe?
I think it was in front of a live studio audience.
Right. Those were the same worms that were cast for the movie Dune. They are actors, they're trained giant worms, and
Follow-up question.
yes.
Is Dennis the Worm Rodman also one of the same creatures that was in
That's
the
what they
movie
call him.
Tremors?
They call him Dennis the Worm? Why?
I think you're breaking up. I can't quite hear you.
Likely story.
Anyway, groundhogs digging the soil. Back to you, Bamba.
Well, they ain't digging the soil like we're digging the soil minute.
Yeah.
hey!
Ah!
Nice.
So we're on that. We're on our final freaking subject for the night. How much time we got for the Super Bowl recap?
Let's do a couple more soil minutes and be done with this.
Should we?
Yeah.
Why?
Let's just
The fluff
let's-
layer sounded really
let's let the soil minute,
intriguing to me.
the fluff layer.
Yeah, that's what makes it.
That's
That's
the-
what that.
the
well,
name
that's
I
what
used to
used to make
dance
the
under.
Oh.
So, all
I
right,
could never think of those.
they're underhand pitches to you.
Underhand pitch, the name I used to dance under.
So did you guys
so
watch the
dumb,
Super Bowl?
dude.
It was a Super Bowl.
It was yeah. I watched this. I watched most of the Super Bowl.
All right, let's. We've got a live studio audience. Let's. This is kind of technically a representative sample. Who wants the Super Bowl to be on a Saturday?
like,
No one? No one.
Well,
They
I-
like
Okay,
it on
so how
Sunday?
about this?
I've never thought of
everybody here who watched the Super Bowl? See
Whoa.
those taskmasters
Okay.
at Target? They just keep
Apparently
riding
not
you
a
and
representative
riding you and
sample.
crushing your soul.
So
Hey,
really? You
let's
didn't
be
watch the
easy
Super Bowl?
on a Minnesota-owned company here.
Hey, I worked for Target. It was the
Okay.
best 6 months of my life. Shit was
why-
not a good time in my life.
know,
But I have
we
no problem with the
know.
people at Target. They were perfectly nice. I'm totally
However-
kidding.
KFC was their best. You know what I
KFC.
watched this weekend? Speaking of that,
What did you watch?
I watched. They had Crimes of the Century on, right?
Nice.
And
On what channel?
and it was CNN, and it was like 8 hours of the worst crimes ever. And what was really
CNN
weird
is
is they didn't like stop. So like you're watching Timothy McVeigh, and all of a sudden we're on a September 11th, and there's no break. So it was a little surreal. But I watched the hour-long special of the Branch Davidian. And do you
Of the what?
remember
Can you repeat that?
the Branch Davidians?
No, I don't know what it is. And
Yeah,
I'm
she
going to
wouldn't.
assume a
She's
lot of us
young and-
out here
I was
do
in
not.
93.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, when I was 4,
Okay, well, you would think you'd know. They had, you went to this thing called school and college that they might have talked about things like this, but
Well,
apparently not. So
I guarantee you my textbooks were a little earlier than 94.
really?
I don't know.
Okay. So, but do you remember the joke you told me? And it was at KFC in the lobby as you were wearing the David Koresh name tag on your uniform.
I don't remember the joke. I remember wearing the David Koresh name tag for a
Okay,
number of
yes.
months.
What matters more, the joke or what the actual joke is about?
Well, obviously what the joke's about. It's a terrible time in history. If you guys don't know about it,
We
just
don't?
Google Waco, Texas, and you'll learn all
Waco?
about it.
I was just down there.
You were just in Waco,
Yeah.
and you don't know what the. Oh,
Well, what do you think I'm there? And I'm like, what happened in Waco?
why were you in Waco?
Well, I just drove through it down that, 35.
Probably
What
not.
happened? Can you explain?
There was a compound with
Oh, compound.
a compound. What
Who
did
were
he
they-
say?
Funniest thing
Who do they
said all
have?
What did he
night
say?
off camera.
What did he said?
He said it's kind of like Germany. Because he said you probably don't talk about it. It's
Oh.
kind of like Germany.
Gotcha.
You're not going to go to Germany and then be like, hey, did you hear what happened during World War II?
Oh, so is this the Japanese war camps?
I couldn't believe the horrible
Oh,
things
okay.
we were doing.
In the Japanese war camps in 1993?
Yeah,
What
actually, I
happened in
think there
93?
were.
Vietnam war
There were-
camps? I forgot about
No,
the date.
it was.
were-
No, it was a
Not
guy that thought he
Vietnam.
was Jesus. He convinced hundreds of people that he was Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And
Which one?
David Koresh.
Oh.
And he.
So what did you refer to this initially as?
And that's the
Because of the joke that he told me at
no,
KFC.
but what did you call it? Like the Koresh?
compound.
Like that we did, the Koresh compound.
But like the Waco, Texas. I mean, it was the
It was
Branch
the
Branch
Davidians.
Davidians.
Branch
The
Davidians
Branch
was the.
Davidians. Okay.
And his
Here we
name was
go, bringing it
David.
full circle.
Okay,
for
so-
those of us who don't know.
So those that don't know,
So the Branch
Davidians.
Davidians,
Davidians.
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 David Ians. David Koresh.
David Ians,
Ah, I just put that together right
Davidians.
now.
Actually, I just put it together for you.
So there's some sort of group in Waco.
It's a cult.
Yeah, it's just a group. It's like
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes hanging out,
was
like playing
basically-
parcheesi,
it was like
stockpiling guns,
dudes
spitting when
said-
they talk.
like
you
say
know.
you-
That sounds like Texas.
Okay, there you
Just
go.
like Texas.
Say you guys were married, I'd be like, you should come join my church. And then we get in and I'd say,
I want to talk about us being married a little bit longer.
you are nothing. You need to
It was
go.
arranged.
I do not want to sleep in the same bed as you.
Oh, this is far
I
more
need
Twin
my
beds.
space.
So
What else?
anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Super Bowl,
Okay.
but the whole reason I wanted to go over that
Yeah, I think
was
David,
the joke.
David
you
Koresh
said
was a wide
I
receiver
walked
for the
in
49ers for
right
2 years.
The jokes better
com-
be funny.
It's
That's all I gotta
not,
say.
now it's gonna suck. But the raid happened for 40 or 51 days, I think it was.
51 days it took them to take them down?
Yes.
This is why,
They just hold
this is
up.
why we
They
got to
had
worry about
guns.
Texas.
And then there was like a mad gunfight. Like it was insane, right? ATF agents killed, FBI agents
What
killed.
does ATF stand for?
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearm.
Is that only in Texas?
No, it's nationwide. Did you really go to college?
ATF? When is the last time ATF did anything?
Probably last night they did something somewhere.
Go on.
Okay, so,
See, the funny thing is that
but they,
ATF is named. I mean, alcohol, tobacco, and
I'm
firearms.
dying
It
here.
sounds kind of like
I'm
a party,
so dying
doesn't
here.
it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it does.
like,
It sounds like a
it's
great
like,
time. And they're so not cool.
like, I mean, I'm down with that.
But, okay, the joke you said, because they raided the compound and burnt it down, right?
Oh, I'm starting to
Apparently,
remember. I
yeah.
think the joke.
And I walked into his work one night, and he looks at me and said, okay, imagine they burnt the whole compound down. Everybody in it died, right? And Jay looks at me and says, did you hear? David Koresh quit smoking. And
I
It was the
feel like I
funniest
must
guy.
Do you hear
have
that,
stolen that from somebody.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
yeah,
That's not laughter.
you had to see him in that age. So
I was handsome.
he was.
Did you
Incredibly
World was
good
my
looking.
oyster.
Incredibly good looking. So
Life
now,
hadn't punched me in the
we
face.
already have
yet.
one of you that is on the phone the whole
One night
time.
in Waco when the world's your
Are you looking at?
oyster.
Why were you looking at porn on my phone?
Are you mashing up something I said with One
Great.
Night in Bangkok?
Yeah.
She goes on the ATF website and texts them, "You guys suck," from my phone.
Question: since when can you text a website?
I texted Wikipedia the other day. I was like, "Your facts are bunk, dude."
So, all right.
Super Bowl.
Interesting
Super
fact.
Bowl, yeah.
I was talking with a friend of mine this weekend, and he said, "I
Heart you.
don't get any sleep anymore." And I go, "Why?"
I'm up too late commenting on YouTube videos.
No, he said, I'm on the internet all night," and I'm like, "Yeah, you got to quit doing looking at the naked ladies." And he said, "Not what I do." And I go, "What do you do?" He goes,
I only look at the clothed
I
ones.
usually drink bourbon."
I like this already.
I don't.
And I smoke cigarettes and I fire guns at the
Yes.
internet.
And he wikis all night. I'm
He does.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Really?
I mean, who sits there and just, he goes, "I'm serious, I'll get on one subject," and then you click on the little blue writing, and then it goes to another subject.
Well, isn't there like a game you can play where like how can you get from like frogs to Red Bull? And you have to like find
Oh, it's
different-
very easy because frogs are the primary ingredient in Red Bull. So that one is actually one connection there.
Obviously.
Frog hearts and souls.
They call it taurine or something. So,
1996?
yeah, it's aged.
Red Bull in 96? Maybe in Switzerland,
No,
which is where it's made.
no, it's made in California.
No, it's not.
You
It
know what
says
else?
distributed by Santa Monica, California. Made in Switzerland.
It does not say made in Switzerland.
So
It does say made in Switzerland.
who knew that?
See, you learn things when you watch this show. That just happened.
Made in
So they're
Switzerland.
making it in Switzerland and shipping it over here?
Yeah,
Man.
What a waste of resources. Why wouldn't they just make it here?
right?
Exactly, America.
Why don't we start importing our vile energy drinks?
Because they probably get a tax break for doing that. So,
That's true.
so speaking
Or
of tax breaks,
they tax
the Super
break
Bowl.
fans. Yes, the Super Bowl.
What were you disappointed? Whoa.
That's a
Who
podcast?
wrote this stuff? Were you disappointed that Katy Perry did not shoot whipped cream out of her bra during the halftime show? Extremely disappointed.
I will say I was not. I don't really care, but the flame dress she was wearing was extremely disappointing, and I actually saw.
But she was riding that badass lion. How? I mean, I don't care what she's
Oh,
wearing.
That was
She
so
could have been wearing
cool.
nothing, and I still would have been
She's
paying attention to
singing
that
Eye of the
badass
tiger and riding
tiger.
a lion.
I have the
Oh, was it
tiger.
a lion? Was it a
I
tiger?
don't know. It did
Was
have
it a bear?
stripes,
Oh
so-
my!
I didn't see the Survivor cover, did you?
No, she's. What is it? She said, "I." Doesn't she say "I have the tiger" in the song? Let's. What is the song that she's saying?
Roar.
It's the eye of the like a.
The other thing is after the
Cecilia,
Hunger Games,
hiya.
don't you think it's really risky to wear a dress that's made of flames? Because they already did it way better.
That was my second comment was, what is she trying to be, girl on fire?
Yeah.
It ain't working.
Well, and what pissed me off was during the promos for that halftime show, they showed a great white shark, like a real great white shark, with flames coming out of its mouth. Now that would make me poop my pants.
I did not see that.
If I ever saw a great white shark come out of the water, blow flames, and then fall back in the water,
That's kind of like on
That's
Austin
Sharknado
Powers
3.
Gold member. Don't they have lasers?
lasers,
Yeah.
but not flames.
I know, but it's
Have you ever seen a
really,
shark? I mean-
really similar.
Well, really,
And what do the sharks do in the halftime show? Dance around like freaking.
that I thought was incredible.
No,
My daughter
it was-
asked me
it was
why the beach
so-
balls were sad because they apparently had.
did look a little sad.
They looked so sad to her.
That was probably the
I was
funniest.
like, yeah,
Except-
because have you ever been to a concert? 6-year-old daughter, those beach balls get abused. They get punched and
Yeah.
punched into the air
And
over
then
and
the
over
security
again.
guard always takes them away because
Yeah,
somebody's gonna hurt
pops 'em.
themselves.
Those
And then
security
somebody just
guards
brings
think
another
they're
one
so
back.
smart. They think they're so great. They
Yep,
are the
yep.
worst. So security
Did
guards.
you notice the beach balls on Katy Perry's chest?
I did.
She was wearing a flame dress. I don't understand.
No, she
Well,
was
she
wearing
changed.
She was wearing beach balls on her chest.
I missed that part. I actually did.
Well, I guess it wasn't whipped cream.
Wasn't
I
whipped
saw her
cream,
wearing
so-
a dress. I saw her wearing a
That flame dress was awful.
flame dress. I saw her wearing a black, like,
It's cool.
outfit.
Okay,
like
we completely lost everybody
like,
now.
like
Yeah,
looked
we
like
As
don't
we watch,
care at
this
what
Trying to
is,
think what
as
else
we
she was
took a
wearing.
stroll inside the
I
mind
saw-
of Jay Wall. He just
And then I
went,
saw her with a
and then I
ponytail.
saw her with a unicorn horn and overalls
Apparently, he's got a British accent.
because he's dreaming.
by fan fiction.
4.
I wish I dreamed with an accent.
We got 4 minutes to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
4 minutes.
that's 4 minutes more than we need.
Yeah.
We pretty much hit
Okay.
every subject.
What?
So wait. These are good questions. So let me get
okay,
Okay,
let's
yeah.
get the questions
Okay.
in.
I doubt that though.
One of the Seattle players got a penalty for pretending to poop after a touchdown. In other words, he Randy Mossed.
Oh man.
What is your
didn't know
prediction on the
that.
next sports to celebrate accomplishment by pretending to poop?
I'm
I
gonna pretend
think-
to pee and leave.
What? You're gonna? I gotta see you go. No, you're stuck here. You're contractually obligated to be here. But sports to celebrate a great accomplishment.
If
by
he was
pretending
gonna
to poop.
pull some crap like that, he should have pretended to deflate the ball, because that
Pull
would have been
some crap?
funny.
No kidding.
Oh, I
Wait.
thought that was Knuckles.
Yeah.
I just thought it was
Yeah,
that one.
you're taking my knuckles because
Really,
that was
I
my
did the pull
comment.
some crap. You gotta refer to it if you're like, you gotta own that.
Give myself knuckles.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
don't know
What,
what's
sport?
happening now.
What sport? Tennis?
What about
Wait, what?
tennis?
okay, what was the question?
Oh dear God! Could you guys repeat it for her? What is your prediction on the next sports to celebrate a great accomplishment by pretending to poop?
Golf, because there's those
Yeah.
holes in the ground.
Yeah.
And there's the little.
How about curling?
How funny would that be?
Curling.
I want to see it
Because
in golf.
with enough poop,
Yeah.
you could make a stone.
Hockey.
Yeah, exactly. The stone. You could just.
Hockey.
Hockey, you
That's
score.
like one good score. And you
You
got a
score like-
hockey part.
Yeah.
What else could we?
Soccer, you could do it with any sport.
Pretty
Basketball, you like do it through the legs.
Baseball, you could just squat over home plate after you hit a home run.
Yeah.
Grab a handful of dirt.
Volleyball,
Grab a handful of dirt and
you
just
could
go.
really do it. Beach volleyball, especially.
Oh,
You could bury it.
Yeah, you could bury it like
you
a
could bury it
cat.
afterwards.
let's see. I think have we done all?
Yeah, we've touched every single
I mean-
sport. Darts,
Tinkling,
Darts, no.
Parcheesi.
chess.
You could actually just take one on the board.
Yeah, no one would know. You could sit on a commode chair and no one would know.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Next question.
Should Brett Favre open a deli called Favre and Carve?
No.
I think he should. I would go eat there every day if I saw Brett Favre.
I don't care what he does. He's always going to be the greatest Vikings quarterback that ever lived,
Hey,
and he's
you're fighting words.
You
cannot take
the
that
greatest-
You want
away
to
from
get
Tommy
back
Kramer.
in it again?
the greatest Minnesota Viking.
You cannot take that away from Tommy Kramer.
We should have retired his number.
What needs
before
to
Green
happen
Bay
for the
got a chance
Vikings to reach the Super Bowl? Well, that's easy.
They
I don't
would
know, they
have
should
to
get- they should pick up
kill
AP again,
every
huh?
single other
They
team
should
in the
what?
league.
They should get what?
They should get AP back for sure.
Oh, no. No.
Jokes are funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I
It's
think
very simple.
they need a quarterback.
They get 49 DeLoreans that go 88 miles an hour and generate 1.21 gigawatts of power, and they go back to the 70s, 80s, and 90s and pick the best players every year.
From their team?
No, God, no.
Or they just go back to
No.
the Super Bowls they lost,
From
deflate the
all
balls,
teams.
and bada bing.
Oh,
Yep.
bada bing, bada boom.
And then
How many
Crushes it.
Super
They
Bowls
would
have
have to
been
murder every other team and be the last one standing.
How many Super
And
Bowls
then
have
they
they been
manage
to?
to lose to themselves.
2 or 3?
the Vikings, 4.
4?
How many have they won?
0. I know that.
How many
much.
have they tied?
0.
How many have they
Lost.
won?
It's a lot like this show.
0.
They suck. So,
Shucks. We're
so
just representing, guys. We're just,
just
representing.
representing. So, stay tuned because
I like how you're
next
tearing up the
episode,
laugh because no one would
we
ever
are
do it.
going to have some special guests on the show that
You'll never even know.
you'll never know. You guys won't have any idea.
You'll
who they
never
are.
know.
Is it Bill Murray?
If it was Bill Murray,
It's not David Koresh, I can guarantee you that.
no, because he quit smoking. So, we'll figure it out. But final thoughts for you.
When are you going to pretend to take a dump? No.
No,
Yeah,
I
do it
don't
with
have
those
to
papers.
pretend. See, you didn't even
That's
notice.
all I want to say.
Okay, and Jay.
Keep smoking.
And-
E-cigs or your burning corpse, either way. Keep
And
smoking.
thank you for bringing that up. And now we know what's inside of it.
Not always.
That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Not always.
Not always.
You look like I'm trying to. It's just
They wanted the hood on.
who?
The Dementors.
But it's not really a hood. It looks like a.
What is this if it's not a hood?
Carrie,
Cowl neck sweater?
she looks like
Foreskin? I don't know what.
Carrie.
It's just, I just.
And on that note, folks,
On that note, thanks for watching. Have a great week.
get your children circumcised.
Oh my God. Spay and neuter your pet.
Spay and neuter your child.
I wasn't kidding.
Vaccinate them, circumcise them,
Dying.
spay and neuter them.